Goes to the wall. Where was that at?
Live from the Golden State.
Oh, no.
Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be on the internet, on the world. I'm your host, Bobby Dicks. Thank you again for joining us for another edition of the Bobby Dicks Gerbal and Friends Show. Outside today.
Here at the Horseshoe
At the Horseshoe Classic, where we always are, as always. Here we are today. So,
Can I enter the
without further ado,
contest?
Of course.
and since we have...
You're going to need to get to drinking now.
I know.
We have nothing to crack open to, so click, here we go. To my right, a man who deserves no introduction because he should be world famous already. Been around the world, not once, not twice, not even thrice, and never once player hated because he's contractually obligated. How about that? The one, the only, Gerbal, everybody. Gerbal, how are you, sir?
Is that the deal with the goats?
Oof. No, that... Well, allegedly. But no, I'm doing
Well,
fantastic.
it was
Well, no. It sounds maybe worse than it actually was, dude. I mean, you know, we were good friends, and it was a mutual exchange. I feel like it was a mutual exchange.
Mutual exchange.
To his left, directly in front of me, the man who is the weather bunny of the year, according to Playboy magazine. The one, the only Tails. Tails, how you doing?
Doing awesome.
All right.
Nice day today. Good day to go sailing.
And to my left, a man who, well, like I said, was a stunt double in every single scene that Sabretooth was in in the X-Men movies. The one, the only Tommy Dicks. Tommy Dicks, how are you, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for asking. We had a bit of a technical snafu there for a second, but we're back on the air again. And we're going to bring you real news for real people because Idiot comes in every single color, size, shape, binarial, and binarial. So let's get right to it, shall we?
Hey, you forgot my crypto athlete.
Yes. And it goes like this. In the United Kingdom, Boris Johnson has just admitted that he needs to lose weight, but he insists that becoming a vegan would really, really, really cheese him off. What does that mean? It means that the British Prime Minister said he wants to lose weight in 2020, but will not do veganary. Instead of January, it's veganary. The popular practice of becoming a vegan in January, as it would take too much concentration and mean giving up cheese. Like I tell you this, as a lifelong vegetarian, I'm somewhat at odds with this whole veganary thing. Because to me, it's like, I want to join something in January, and then by February, people are like, no, I'm done with this. Or they say, you know what? I want to further my training into the dark side. So either way, I don't like veganary. Yeah, I mean, can't we all just get along? Quote, Boris Johnson said, I had thought of it, but it requires so much concentration. And to take my hat off to vegans who can handle that. He said, I'm too busy doing things like trying to re-regulate the pound, get us out of bad trade deals, and you know, if that means giving up cheese right now, I'm just not ready. So, you know, my hat's off to that guy for addressing something so profane and eye-opening as that.
And Boris.
Yes, he says it's also, being a vegan is also a crime against cheese lovers.
Yes.
Tell me stop eating black pudding.
There is actually vegan cheese.
Or spotted dick. Not that I know anything about British culinary, but I do know that you should probably lay off that.
Spotted dick, however.
Yeah.
Yikes.
It's like Taco Tuesday. They get like double it over there.
Yikes. I think the whole topic just kind of went sideways right there.
It sure did.
That's a hell of a thing. Well, we are prepping for the Horseshoe Challenge. You've got to be minimum 11 beers deep because, I mean, it's as soon as the show is done, it's game time, buddy.
I like to think horseshoes is a psychological man's game. It's all about the size of the shoes you bring. It's about the way that you hit the stake. It's all about psyching your opponent out.
I do believe you were denied on the shoes you brought, right? It's something about a technical weight. Who knew?
I brought a Dark Ages Shire horseshoe to throw, and they said that was illegal. So
What?
they
said no loaded horseshoes from back in the day.
they let John Daly smoke when he throws shoes, but my ancient old world Shire horseshoes aren't valid anymore. Can you believe such a thing? It's terrible.
That's bullshit.
It is absolutely. I'll tell you what's.
We need a lodge of
You
protest.
really wouldn't think it. I mean, a tournament that requires you to be 12 beers deep, who would have known
Right.
that they be so technical about the shit that they use?
Yeah, drunk ball, man. Drunk ball rules.
Yeah.
That's technical shit.
These guys do not fuck around.
And speaking of which, and that's a good segue into our next topic, and that has to do with pizza. Okay, we're not talking about a 300-foot one or a 6,000-foot one that broke the record. No, we're going to talk about Domino's. And the pizza chain has launched an investigation after one of its drivers was caught on camera doing wheelies on a motorbike in London. A Domino's delivery driver was filmed pulling off wheelies, riding a bike balanced just on its back wheel down Clapham High Street in South London amongst a grove of bewildered tourists and citizens. Yes, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. He had to get there in 30 minutes or less, or else it was his front wheel. So he just decided to see what it would be like in case he couldn't get there due to traffic and all. So, he was like, I'm just going to ride this bitch out, see if I can make a unicycle out of it.
Now, so he got in trouble. Why? Because he was popping the wheelie? Was he on the sidewalk doing this? No helmet and shit?
No, he was in the street.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah, he was in the street pulling wheelies.
Is that illegal?
No, not necessarily.
Seems like some shaming going on there.
Yeah,
I
some
mean,
wheelie
come on,
shaming.
just because he can do it and you can't.
Oh,
Yeah,
wheelie
fuck
shaving?
off. Yeah.
Oh.
I mean,
Oh,
You got
wow.
skills
just throwing it out
Oh,
there.
wow.
Domino's
We
gonna
are
fuck
seeing-
around.
Does that also fringe on what I like to call showboat shaming?
Hell yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
This would be the definition of player hating.
Yeah,
That is player
I think
hating.
this is total player hating. Very good.
Reeks of it.
Very good.
yeah.
I'm glad we could flush that out. And how about this? In the United Kingdom, I tell you, it's a hot day for the United Kingdom because they're just popping off with their stories here. A man was shocked to find his own grave at a cemetery despite being very much alive. How about this?
No.
The guy's name is Alan Haddle. And it said that he was worried by the fact that no one had called him in 3 or 4 months and he couldn't figure out why. Now he believes people think he died and wants them to know the truth. That he blames his ex-wife for putting the gravestone there, though admits he cannot be certain. All right?
That answers my question. I was just wondering what that conversation with his wife goes, but ex-wife, that kind of...
Yeah.
I think that's a road
Answers
trip,
that
man.
question.
We gotta
Sure.
take some shovels.
Proving...
It's really
Proving yet again that women carry no grudges, he says, we've been separated for 26 years now, and there's been little to no animosity, but I'm struggling to take all this in. Sounds like she hasn't really truly gotten over it, buddy.
Yeah,
I'm just going to throw that out there. What do you think, Tommy?
I think, yeah, that doesn't sound right.
what, do you finally get a new girlfriend or something?
Aww.
Well, after 26 years, she's like, I don't hate this guy. I'm just going to
Just
put
a
a fake grave up to him
just
because,
want him to be
yeah,
dead.
yeah, he's
Barbie
dead to me.
versus G.I.
You
Joe.
know, I think this is using the law of attraction to actually get what you want right here because she's like in her head, she's like, oh, this guy, he's dead to me. I know what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to go put his headstone in a cemetery, and he really will be dead to me.
Right?
I mean,
She should
So,
have gone and
what-
just bought.
Why the fuck was he in a graveyard anyways?
well, that's
That's
on
what
her.
she did.
That's
She
on
did
her.
that.
She did it, but
So-
he said he found
Yes.
it. So
Right.
Oh.
Why are you walking around?
But he actually, but his to credit,
Maybe you got a tip from a buddy. You know, hey,
we were
did
drinking.
you know you were dead, bro?
We were drinking in the graveyard, and we found you dead, bro.
Yeah, it was. He's like, I actually had a date, but I didn't have any money for flowers, so I stopped off in the cemetery real quick.
Oh.
And you wouldn't believe what I found while I was trying to get some flowers out of there.
Yikes. The question, did he get to rob flowers from his own gravesite?
He did. And the reason why he actually had to steal the flowers is because he's trying to save up for Sinatra's toilet. is what I believe Tommy was alluding to, which I agree. But he sloughed us all off as like, hey, to find out that you have a gravestone in a cemetery while you're still alive isn't something that happens every day, he says. A family member at his home said, "This is a family matter being dealt with privately." And I say, how's that working out for you so far? I mean, sounds like for the past 26 years, their family problem hasn't really been dealt with at all.
Yikes.
Because,
make sure, when you see your ex-wife again, thank her for buying you a headstone so you don't have to pay for it when you die.
There you go.
Yeah. You just saved like fucking $4,000, dude.
Well, and the question of how long can she carry a grudge has been answered.
Well, I want to know is
26 years.
who the hell's buried in that grave then?
A road trip.
Right? Because how would you get a body into a...
Maybe it's a 99 case of Pabst.
Oh.
It would decently replicate the weight, right?
Well, I mean, think about this. If you're at a cemetery... Well, don't all cemeteries require a casket or some type of something going in that grave, the headstone? So what's in there?
Oh,
was that his indicator? Like, clearly this place has not been dug.
it's like, where are my old records at?
Maybe she took somebody else's headstone off and threw his on.
I like it, dude. I think he owes her a hearty handshake, and you might want to move, though. I mean, obviously, she's got some plans for you.
The master bricklayer finally left.
What do you think happens? What do you think happens now when he's like, "I'm on to you. I know what you've been trying to do."
Right? I've been to the cemetery.
Yeah, I've seen my headstone. I see what you're trying to pull on me, lady. I mean, how do you think that conversation shakes down?
Was the year of when he died? Was that a question mark or actually labeled?
Was it labeled?
Labeled. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe like an open-ended.
An open-ended.
I'm trying to figure that out. Try to get ahead of it. Let's go ahead and get the fucking headstone. Let's get things ready.
Yeah,
We'll that motherfucker says one more thing.
Right.
And here we go. All of a sudden his brake lines are cut.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know.
Question. If she bought him this one, do you think she's in the one right next to him? So that even in the afterlife, he cannot get away from her?
It's quite possible.
If he's a smart guy, she'll be in the one underneath him.
Right. Yeah. I see.
And he'll be buried facing down.
Oh, man. Ooh. Very good.
I don't think she planned for that.
No.
And with that, we are now at the end of a Bobby Dicks, Gerbal, and Friends quick round edition.
Quick round.
The news edition's done. We're going to get to the weather right now. Tails, what's going on out there? What's our outlook looking like?
Outlook looks sunny for a couple more days and then possibly some more damn rain.
All right, very good. Tails, thank you very much. Gerbal, what's going on?
There is a one extra thing to throw in. Apparently, there's a nudist colony event going on in Catalina this weekend.
Oh.
Ooh. So, if you're into that kind of thing, good luck. Have fun.
Indeed.
Tails out.
If we don't make it to the qualifying round, we might need to skip over there.
Yes. Gerbal, what's going on in the world of sports?
Well, it's going to require a future update. I mean, we got to cut this short so we can get in on the first leg of this horseshoe tournament right here. I'm one beer shy of requirement, but I'm thinking I could shotgun that guy just right before. I mean, as you well know, these fuckers are stringent about their rules.
Yeah.
I mean, it cannot be 11.
No.
I mean, it can be 13, but 12 is mandated.
The more the merrier.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, these guys are just